Americans are a religious people. More than half of adults say it's a very important factor in their lives, and that faith influences their politics.
Lots of Americans are religious in various different ways, and their religiosity and their religious affiliation helps determine how they vote.
For most of its history, the religious divide in U.S. politics was between Protestants and Catholics. But since Catholic Democrat John F. Kennedy's election in 1960, that conflict has waned.
So help me God.
Now, many conservative Catholics find common ground with conservative evangelical Protestants on abortion, gay marriage, and other social issues. In Iowa, many evangelicals supported Rick Santorum, who is a devout Catholic. The candidate's particular sect now matters less to many voters than whether he seems to be a religious person.
Religiosity, the extent of someone's faith, the traditionalism of one's practice has become quite important in elections. So more traditionally religious Americans tend to vote more Republican, and less traditionally religious Americans tend to vote more Democratic.
The Democratic Party base also includes Protestant African Americans, liberal Protestants, and some Catholics, including the growing Latino Catholic population. Jewish voters are only about 2% of the population, but they are a key Democratic constituency.
They're concentrated in certain states. They're very common in the northeastern part of the United States, in Florida, and lots of big cities in states in the Midwest. So overall, Jewish votes may not be a large factor, but in certain key states, they turn out to be very critical.
Evangelical Christians are about a quarter of the population and form the Republican base. Some, but not all, strongly disagree with Mormons over theology. This could be a problem for Republican front-runner Mitt Romney, who is a Mormon, especially in states with lots of evangelicals, like South Carolina.
A large number of evangelicals are skeptical of voting for a Mormon candidate.
Muslims make up less than 1% of the U.S. population and are not a major factor in national elections. Analysts say the group that attracts the most hostility from voters is atheists.
It would be extremely difficult right now for someone who is avowedly non-religious to be elected president.
American politicians talk a lot about religion because that's what the voters want to hear. Polls show large majorities of Americans like the idea of their president having strong religious beliefs. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Spartanburg, South Carolina.